Well, there's all kinds of ways to market. Coming up next on The Jeff Crilley Show, we'll talk to an expert in cause marketing. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is The Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, as you all know, we have a great resignation going on right now. People are leaving the marketplace in droves, and largely it's because they don't believe in what their company stands for. Somebody who is trying to change that right now, Grace Lanni, she is with GivingOutLoud. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, you bet. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, you are a unicorn because I don't know of anybody else who is a cause influencer. Tell us this journey.
Yeah, so we started All About That Brand in 2016, and our focus was helping leaders, helping entrepreneurs tell their story so their perfect client couldn't wait to do business with them. And now it seems that the word brand is attached to every job function on the planet. Branded life coach, branded toenail clipper, branded shoe provider. You know, it's a word that has lost its home, I believe. And I had a great opportunity to be a producer on a docuseries, 4 Days to Save the World. And our focus was all about cause. And the conversations that I had, Jeff, with these entrepreneurs around the world, they shared the cause that mattered to them. They shared the 2x4 experience that brought that cause to the forefront. And then they said, we need help. We don't have time. We don't know how to tell this story. Could you please help us? And so that opened up the door to cause influence. And that's where we're kicking off at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas.
I love it. You have a very popular podcast. We're going to put up the podcast page. You deal with experts from all over the globe. Tell us why you decided to start the podcast.
Yeah, I was actually talked into it. Back in 2016, it's called All About That Brand. Yeah. And it started with, why is personal professional branding? Why do you have to have more than just your resume online? And that's where it started. And 18 months later, we were given an international award from this marketing organization and thought, oh my gosh, we must be doing something pretty exciting. And so we're right now in this transition to be able to help people shift and add an additional vector called cause influence.
And you're changing lives. We've got a little clip of someone reacting to your message.
I love what I've learned from you as you've brought Giving Out Loud to the world. Because that was me, you know, like you were saying at the beginning, I'm kind of one of those like ideal clients for that I'm passionate about a lot of things. You know, it's kind of that high performance mindset, right? I'm a veteran, so I love supporting veteran stuff. I'm a woman. I like supporting women's stuff. I'm an entrepreneur. I like supporting entrepreneur things. Guess what? I've been homeless. I've come from abuse and trauma and addiction recovery. So guess what? I'm passionate about all those things too. I'm a huge animal lover. So I don't know where to start when it comes to where do I invest my giving dollars? Where do I invest my giving time and energy?
I love it. People get it, don't they? When they understand what you're trying to do, they absolutely feel it.
When they see the result, when they see the media that we so beautifully put together with our wonderful partners such as yourself, Jeff, and the actual way that we're talking about our clients' clients. Right? So we're focused on the impact that they're making, not necessarily just putting them in front of the camera, but the change that they're making.
I got to brag about Grace. She's an amazing speaker. We found her sizzle reel. Let's go ahead and roll that.
I have particularly enjoyed Grace Lanni's presentation. And one of the things is we think we own our brand, you know, how we present ourselves and whatnot. But what I learned was it's not us that own our brand, it's everybody else out there that actually owns our brand, because it's their perception of us and what we're putting forward. There's a lot of people, including myself, that are moving into a different phase of their career. So how are we rebranding ourselves, setting that up for success so that the type of clients and people that we want to help and make a difference with are able to find us?
You are absolutely captivating in front of an audience. You must love doing it.
I love speaking. I love helping people realize that they already have what it takes to be great. They just need to share.
Now, we mentioned off the top of this broadcast the Great Resignation, and I think your timing is perfect, because that's why people are not coming back to the workplace. They don't really like what their company stands for.
Or the company isn't sharing what they stand for. That's the big challenge, is that if you're the CEO or an entrepreneur with a high-tech startup, you're so focused on that business, you're not really giving out loud, right?
Yes.
That's the whole backdrop to the new brand.
So when somebody engages you to kind of coach the organization, how do you go about finding out what the organization is passionate about? It's not what the CEO is passionate about. It's really what his or her people are passionate about.
Well, it's both.
Okay.
It's both, Jeff, because, you know, that CEO is going to be the visionary of the organization. One of our clients is a real estate agent, and every year they do an event, and people have already up front made a list of their top 1 or 2 causes that they want to give back to. And then everybody votes, and every year they pick a different organization to support, and they throw a beautiful event. They highlight the executive director. They bring people in who are impacted by that cause. And what they've asked us to do is film that and actually tell the story. So it's not just a one moment event. It actually is something that they can share, and that cause impact organization can share as well.
Absolutely. So in the time we have left, I want you to look into the camera on the right. That's your camera. Talk to the CEO who is kind of drifting right now and hasn't really fully embraced this kind of idea.
Yeah, so as a leader to your organization, I want you to realize that what you care about matters. It matters to the folks who work for you, and it matters specifically to the people that are investing in your service. And I implore you to take a minute to think about what that might be. And if you need assistance, join us and learn more about how to select the right cause for you and to empower your organization to select causes that matter to them.
Outstanding. Grace Lanni, thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to
Jeff,
end with your website, which is allaboutthatbrand.com. Thank you so much.
You bet.
You bet. And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.